it only went once.
Rad.
Dude, no, I haven't even shared it yet. All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Ran Out of Talent. I'm your host, Joser Jr., totally unprepared. Joining me this week is Chase Ehrlich. He's been on here a couple of times. Oh, man, we got our first Twitch bot. Ignore those Twitch bots. So what's new? It's been a couple of years since you've been on.
Yeah, man. I mean, definitely a couple of years. You know, I always watch your show. It's good. Love it. Yeah, stoked to be here.
No, I really appreciate you coming on. You know, I like to keep that every other week thing going. And Zach's on vacation. You know, he's indisposed, and it's like, yeah, who else but Chase? So yeah, man. So much has changed in your life the past year. I mean,
2 years, 5 years. I mean, it's been a wild ride, dude. The past 5 years.
Because you were on here, first time you were on here, Ryan Greening was still a co-host. I wish he's going to get back into RC eventually. He's got twin boys. And I saw him messing around with the monster truck with them the other day and whatnot. And he'll get back in it eventually. But so you started Racecraft with a silent partner. And just recently, I'm sure you can't say anything about it yet, but you've sold Racecraft.
Yeah, man. I sold it. It was just time, you know. It felt like it was time.
For sure. And if I'm correct, you got a new position at work or a newer position or?
Yeah, I totally changed careers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been an electrician for 20 years or so in the telecom industry. Yep. And then I recently just got hired by Edison, which is our local utility provider in Southern California. So big leap, a big step, definitely a life-changing job. And I'm super stoked, man. And that took a lot of my time the past 7 months, 7 months. So I kind of had to tone down things a little bit in the hobby world for a little while, just to get back on my feet, because they actually started me out of town. So I was out of town the past 6 months. So I was just like, Wheel and Trigger podcast. I couldn't commit to that anymore. Couldn't really be at the track as much anymore. But none of those ever paid my bills. So, you know, obviously my real job was the way to go.
Absolutely. We do miss the Wheel and Trigger podcast, but I mean, if you're out of town, it's tough to make it happen. Speaking of, they just ran the Pro-Am this weekend. I noticed. I ain't seen any of the results, but it's cool that even though Brent no longer has a track and whatnot, he's still trying to keep his important races going.
For sure. I watched a little bit of it. Congrats to Camden Lime for taking that one. Him and Cole Ogden were only there was some newer pros that are coming up, like Maddie Long. She was out there.
She's right on that cusp.
Yes. There was some people that are coming up. Ryan Rand, in the pro category. But it was just pretty much Camden Lime and Cole Ogden out there. So, if they didn't win or do well, that would have been not so good, They're expected to definitely be on top.
Well, they're expected, but it's one of those things where it's cool to see a new person just kind of leapfrog. We see that every once in a while, more so on the 10 scale side, I would say. Every once in a great while, we'll see somebody in the A scale. It's like, who the hell is that?
Right.
Like, dude, 18 months ago, I couldn't tell you who the hell Marcus Carrop was. I might have heard his name twice.
Yeah. Then he goes out and wins that big 10 scale race, right? The Australian one.
2 world championships.
Oh, the world. Yeah, I guess that one's kind of big.
He won four wheel for 10 scale worlds, and he won the first e-buggy worlds.
Yeah, that's rad.
It's like 18 months ago. Who the hell is this guy? Just some kid. But
for sure.
That is definitely the way it's going. I'll I'll tell you what, job changes. I mean, I had a slight scheduled change in my life a couple of years ago, and that's really thrown a wrench into all of my RC plans. Because what I used to do, I used to get home from work and wrench for a couple hours, and the wife would still be working. And then when she got done, I'd stop wrenching and we'd go hang out. And now it's like, well, we're getting off work at the same time, and it is just a pain. So, I see you've been doing a little bit of everything though. But what I want you to tell me, Mo, because I've really been coming around on the short course classes. You're one of the pioneering guys of this 1A scale short course deal. Tell me about that, like what you're doing. I believe it's a 1A scale platform.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much just an e-buggy with a truggy chassis. I mean, that's like the most basic way to explain it.
Okay.
And then 8 scale, Arma Mojave or 8 scale body from one of their short course trucks. And yeah, just trying to get it going. And I mean, it seems like it really is picking up. I just think, I mean, hundreds of them have been built.
Yeah.
Every platform, somebody's made one or two or whatever. And, it seems like it could be a thing. But I think we need some manufacturer support. I know WIRC came out with an actual
That
kit.
came out of left field.
Yeah. So that was a surprise to me too, because I thought, if this wasn't a World's year, I can pretty much guarantee Techno would already have one.
Sure.
In a kit. But, they're really focused on the Worlds and coming out with all these new parts and research and development to do good at the World. So it was kind of like the right car at the wrong time, but I'm sure we'll see one from them in the future,
Absolutely. So, in Minnesota, it took Ryan and I a good year and a half to make Mini Truggy something. It takes a bit, but then that spark hits and then it takes off, and then all of a sudden you're, barely making any mains type scenario.
Well, I think it could be big. I think it'd be cool. It's definitely not the first time anybody's tried to do it. Obviously, it's associated with the SC8. Tried to do it a long time ago, but that might have been the wrong time.
That was, I mean, they did it wrong, and it's tough to say because I'm just a Joe Schmo in his basement talking shit on the internet. But the reason the SCB and the SC8 didn't take off and the SC10 took off because SCB and the SC8 and all that stuff only came as a ready to run. There was no factory team kit. So, like the SCB, I mean, everybody has such fond memories of it, but it's like, yeah, but why didn't it stay around? And same with the SC8. I want to say the Nitro SC8 was more prevalent. I know there is an E version.
Yeah. Well, I know they were badass. I thought they were cool.
Oh, yeah.
But what it takes for any class to take off is you got to have every chassis brand has to make one, and you got to have tire support.
Yeah.
Because if the only way a class is going to start going is if pros run it, and pros aren't going to run just one type of tire because they're under contract. So they have to, we got to get wheel and tire support to get the 8-scale short course. It's dead in the water without it. Yep. Even as cool as they are, I think it's dead in the water without a proper tire and wheel. But I mean, we could run buggy wheels on them. It could, we can do that, and everybody could run their own shit. But
it kind of screws up the simplicity of it. It really does, because I mean, as you know, how many compounds and patterns are there out there that you don't want to open up that Pandora's box quite yet. That's why I love fifth scale. So I'm a J Concepts driver. So I have two options. That's it. Right. I'm also sponsored by Mod, but I'm not allowed to run their long story.
I know. I know what it's like running for J Concepts.
Competing companies.
We can get into that if you want. We can get into all that if you'd like.
Well, it's just we can in a minute, but what I was going to say is Mod just came out with their tire, the Jericho. It's one pattern, and to be fair, there's I would say they're coming out with a super soft, which is going to be great, but you're going to blow through them. But really, the soft and the mediums are the only Joe Schmo compounds out there. A lot of us aren't going to be running super softs and like 2 running fifth scale tires. That's insane.
Right. Well, the only option right now for the 8-scale short course is pretty much the Proline Mirage. And, and everybody's pushing for a scale wheel and scale tire, which I'm all for, dude. Like that, I would love that as well. But I mean, to get people running them, they got to be able to run their tire brand that they're driving for. That's the only way it's going to work.
Sure.
So once one company steps up and starts making them, and then it just takes one.
It really does. And that's the thing. I think this would be a good spot for like TZO, Raw Speed, Pro Motion. I mean, it'd be great if J-Con did it, but and again, I think after the Worlds, when there's time and budget to make things, I could definitely see it. Because I mean, they could, like, all of them could take their A-scale patterns, put a little bit more front sidewall on it, and make it fit in a short. That's what they did for their 10-scale short course. Mm-hmm. All it is a A-scale pattern with a different sidewall,
right, and a different wheel. So you got a wheel, you got a wheel. If I can call it wheel mold, and a tire mold that you're gonna have to do. So it's gonna cost money, and somebody's gonna have to be willing to take a chance. They're
about $1,000 a piece.
Yeah. So maybe with Raw Speed, having all their own equipment, it might be a little cheaper for them to do it. I know I'm really tight with TZO, so I've been begging Nick to make it. I'm really tight with Tyler from Promotion. I've been begging him to make it, and they're just waiting to see it take off a little bit more. There's a local series around here that has a dedicated class now. The Top Notch series has a dedicated 8-scale short course class. And then at the TNR Arena Cross that's coming up, WIRC is actually putting up money for 8-scale short course, like a cash purse for the class. And it's going to be all Joes, no schmoes. I mean, all Joes, no pros in the class. And they want to keep it at a scale tire. So, I mean, all the stuff it's going there, but I definitely, like, not to reciprocate too much, we need to get more tire brands on par with it,
That, and you need it to go a little farther than in California and Arizona as well.
Well, I mean, I've seen some East Coast stuff. Guys building them on the East Coast, they're all over the place. So I definitely think it's cool. I definitely think it's an alternative to e-truggy. I mean, everybody that's ever driven mine is been tittled pink with it. I freaking love it. Spencer Heckert was driving mine not too long ago, and he's like, "Why is this thing so good?" Because it's just a long e-buggy. And they don't catch wind like your traditional short course truck. They're fucking awesome to drive.
That's huge. Because so my son has been racing fifth scale with me for a couple of years and whatnot, and then I picked one up for my dad at the start of the year, and my dad started running with me, and it's so fun. Like, my boy's out there, he's running, he's doing all right, but my dad's racing with me, which is cool. And it's cool to throw fenders at each other and not take each other out.
Yes.
And that is the best part of it, is rubbing fenders, moving them a little wide, and nobody gets butt hurt about it. And
right. And they're heavier, so they're not bouncing around as crazy,
What does one of those weigh? I would guess around 10 pounds.
I don't know. I've never put it on a scale, but it's definitely, they're beefy, Yeah. It's just like an e-truggy with smaller tires for the most part,
Totally.
But I got the chance to race it once, and I went out there with the scale tire, the scale wheels and tires, the Proline Mirages, and everybody out there had fucking e-buggy tires on their shit. And I was just like, man, I'm not going to lose my first race with this thing. We practically invented this shit in SoCal. Yeah. There's no way I'm losing. So I put on some e-buggy tires, wheels, and spanked those guys, but I had no choice. But it would be rad if we could get at least a scale looking wheel. I mean, you could even take a an e-buggy tire, use that mold, and then just make a scale looking e-buggy wheel, so you wouldn't actually have to do a tire, just do something. I even talked to the guy that does my stickers to do, like how people do sticker dots, on their wheels, like make it look like an actual truck wheel. I've tried that, and he never actually made them, but it was an idea that I had for at least something.
That was, speaking of scale looking, that's one of the cool things about the new mod wheels is they just look like Steelies.
Yeah, the mod wheels are dope.
Yeah, but back to what you said, I get what you're saying. You need something scale, and you need to put the smoke back into the battery before it gets out of hand, and then you just got another A scale E-class. It's got to be. And that's the thing. And like I said, after Worlds, I think we'll see something. Because in Minnesota, we had a strong Pro 4 class for 10 years. And one of the rules was no A-scale tires. But the problem is with the current short course tires is they're just a little too small with what you're dealing with.
Right. I mean, they're just a tiny bit too small.
Yeah. It's
just a pinch.
And it was a huge advantage having A-scale tires on a Pro 4. And it was one of those weird community things where it's like every individual track made that call, no A-scale tires on these things.
Right. I mean, they do make 17 millimeter hex 10 scale short course rims, but it just doesn't look right unless, we get into body. But hopefully, maybe WIRC or, Techno has been known to make wheels for some of their vehicles, one-off wheels. So that could be something down the road. Who knows?
I want to say Techno started as like a Revo conversion kit maker or something like that.
They definitely were the early e-conversion people. That's for sure. I remember that.
Yeah, for sure.
They sound like coffee grinders. They were gnarly.
I know. Donald Tolbert and Jacob Schweisberger checking in. I'll be seeing Jacob at the INS coming up in Muscatine. I've been working on vehicles all weekend. I'm tired of wrenching, Chase. I really am.
I got 3 cars that are dirty that are in my garage right now, just waiting to get cleaned.
Well, yeah, my truck needed attention. I mean, so far, the only 10 scale race vehicle I screwed with this weekend, I got my son's buggy done. I did all the factory foot junk to it and all that. We're just waiting on a motor. Then I had to get our parking lot cars ready to go. I'm sure. Do you have any parking lot racing in California?
We used to. I mean, there's like the local hobby towns would do parking lot racing a lot. Not so much anymore because I believe there's like 2 on-road tracks going that are, in Orange County.
Yep. And
we have on-road out at, at the dirt too. So I think the parking lot racing, we got more just tracks.
Sure.
So
we have a lot of tracks too, but one of my buddies started a parking lot series race, and we go to local hobby shops and do a parking lot race like back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I really think it's important for my kid to do it because that was part of learning racecraft as a kid in the 90s was doing the parking lot racing. Like we had our track cars and all that, but actually learning on incredibly loose surface how to race with people.
Right.
So I had to get parking lot cars ready to go. And then right before this, I got my kid's his rear clip on his fifth scale was locking up. I don't know why. So I just replaced everything in the rear clip and built a new one and got that done. And now I got 4 more 10 scale carpet cars to go through.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Well, I had like super fresh. My 8 scale cars were really fresh. And then last weekend, I decided to go run oval and I invited my son. I only had one oval car, but I invited my son to just come out and practice 8 scale with my e-buggy and my nitro car while I was running oval.
Yep.
So he just went out and ran those things to just death. you know.
Good for him.
Yeah, so he had a lot of fun, but I got a little bit of work to do.
That's the thing, though. I mean, after a long practice day, you really need to do the rear shocks and the center diffs.
I think I'm just going to get new cars. they're, they're hammered, man. They are so blown out now. They were good. They were like, A-main ready cars, and now they're just roached. Because practice days, the track's not getting watered, and it's just a dust bowl narfest. And my son, he loves just ripping cars till they die. So that's what we did.
Yeah. I mean, that's what. It's so cool though that he wanted to actually come out. Like, I kind of got to drag my boy out at this point. He loves RC. He doesn't like the competitive side of it. And I'm trying to fix it. It's like, dude, racing is so freaking cool. No matter what you're racing, it's cool.
Yeah, my son loves racing, dude.
Yeah.
Loves it. Loves it more than I do, I think. I think he likes it more than I do because he's got the just arrive and drive program, So
that's what he's got.
So why wouldn't you love that?
Yeah. I'm sweating away in the basement, getting his crap ready, and then he just gets to the track. He's on his phone. It's like, time to run. Okay. It's like, really? Really?
Yeah. Well, my kid even got to race oval that day too, because we'll do stuff like I'll sign up and I'll be like, all right, I'm going to run one heat. You run one heat. Whoever's faster gets to drive the car in the main, Yep. But and sometimes, he's beat me a couple times. He's he's no slouch. He's pretty quick. So luckily, another dude over at the track, Lewis Flood, he ran the tech over at the oval, and he was like, "Hey, I got a spare car. You guys don't have to do this." And I was like, "Perfect," So he got to race.
That's what my dad and my kid and myself did this winter with the mini car. It's like we'd each just run a heat, and I would give the main to either my dad or my kid, whatever. But we've been doing that with the reflex, the 14 scale. So you got into oval. Now I didn't see that one coming. Which is cool.
The oval at the dirt is sick, man. Like, they have an awesome program, and it's actually bigger than they race every Friday at the dirt. They have Friday night lights, and there's usually like 5 or 6 heats. It's it's decent. And then, but the oval on Sundays, it's freaking 12, 14 heats. It's huge. It's huge, man. And I think it's because it's so much easier for, their Friday night program. There's also tracks that are running every weekend, club racing and stuff. But oval, man, it doesn't start till 10 and you're done by 4.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not a whole day extravaganza. And you don't have to work on the damn cars.
Yeah. You just got to. Well, are you running the Lowe's sprint?
Yeah, just the box stock one.
So you don't even have to adjust the arms.
Nope, nothing. There's nothing to do, man. You just kind of blow it off and charge your battery, and that's it. Like, it's pretty badass.
When I was running 360 sprint, once we got that thing dialed, all you did was adjust the rear arms for the grip and the right rear spring you screwed with. And that was it.
It's so simple. Like, it's crazy, and they rarely break, because you're not going crazy fast, and it's a loose surface over at the dirt, so you're rooster tailing, and it's a lot of fun, man. I really enjoy it just because of the ease of it. It's like a day off of RC going to race RC.
Yes, totally.
It's like racing carpet.
Yeah, I totally loved the oval gig, but I had to make a decision, and I'm may flip-flop on this decision in a few years, but I had to in the wintertime, I had to put my focus on one thing. I was trying to split my time between oval and carpet off-road, and that just, I was so inconsistent with both. So it's like, I got to choose something. I do miss oval. So I started oval with the Midwest mod, and what we do in Minnesota is we take a B3 that's been laying around and put a Midwest mod body on it and oval springs and go rip. It's like, this is all right, And then my buddy let me try his sprint car. I'm like, this is it. This is
Yeah. Nice.
it really was. And I'm sure the Lowe's sprints do it as well, but when you're at track level, it's like, man, does somebody have a fan going or is the AC going? No, it's the wind actually coming off the wings.
Oh, wow. I haven't felt that yet.
Oh, watch if they have Mod or 360 sprint, stand trackside. Those side dams make a huge freaking push.
All right. Well, I'm going to go try that out the next time. Me and Reese were planning on going yesterday, but we had a whole day at the pool on Saturday. We both just didn't make it to the track on Sunday.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So, are you still hanging out at Ryan's dad's house?
No. I actually got a little condo with my chick.
Nice.
Been here for the past year, so it's been good. Yeah.
Good deal, man. Yeah, I know you've had quite a few different life changes and whatnot, dude, but it's cool that you can still keep RC as a consistent. And you still have your Volkswagen thing and skateboarding with the kids and all that stuff.
Yeah, I try and keep busy, but man, full-time job and racecraft and the podcast and doing stuff for techno and life and everything, dude. I had to cut some shit out, man. It was just too much, man.
Definitely. So with the full-time job, are you still going out of town a lot?
Not recently. Recently I've been home. So I've been getting home at 3:00 every day, and I'm like, man, it'd be cool if I had something to do, like a podcast or a side hustle, like now I got like free time again. So, but yeah, it's all good. I'm still doing, some stuff for techno when I can make it to the track and stuff like that. And that's fine. And then, doing something with you like this is great.
Yeah.
It was just, man, I was just spread so thin. It was bananas. So
I understand, I've had to I've had to quit going to the gym so much. I only go like 4 days a week, and that's for like an hour to an hour and a half in those 4 days. And then, because I was going 6 days a week.
Wow.
And I was.
Now that's not the gym. Like you're rolling around jujitsu, not like pumping iron. Right?
Well, I wasn't just doing jujitsu when I was going 6 days a week too. I was doing kickboxing as well. And being an old guy trying to do young guy shit, as you know, with skateboarding can be really hard on your body.
Absolutely. Yeah, I go skating one day. Like I got to wait 3 days before I try and go skate again. So I know what that's like.
Yeah, actually, last Wednesday, my normal jiu-jitsu days are Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I had to just wimp out of Wednesday because it's like, dude, I told the wife, I'm like, I can't move right now, and that's what happens. And again, what's nice about being on like testosterone is you do heal a whole lot faster. That part's almost like being a kid again. It's like, whoa.
That's
okay.
Cool. It's like superhuman shots.
Almost, yeah. It's just replacing hormones that slowly have gone away. And yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I might have to look into that to get rocking and rolling again. Yeah. Man, my body hurts in every spot every day. I don't know if it's 42 or nothing or what, but
definitely 40 because I hit a really hard wall when I hit 41. And also when I was 41, because that's also when my back went too. And then my back's still bad because I refuse to go to the doctor because all they'll want to do is cut me open and put me on opiates, and I'm not about that.
No, you don't want to do that.
No. So my back has always been a little screwed, but everything else, like when I was getting our fish scales ready for fish scale season, right before I started working on our fish scales, it took me 2.5 weeks to get 3 of them ready to go. So I skipped the gym for those 2.5 weeks. Before that, it felt like my left patella was going to shoot out the front of my knee. Dude, sitting around for 2.5 weeks, it's totally fine now.
Great. Yeah, I blew out my knee wrestling one of my extremely large buddies last year. And and I got on peptides. Collagen peptides, dude. And
Cool.
I thought I was gonna have to get surgery because I've had surgery on both my knees from skateboarding. And I thought I was gonna have to get surgery again. I got a MRI and everything. They couldn't see anything that was tore. They just said like extreme strain of my MCL or something like that. Yep. So I just took some collagen peptides my chick found on Amazon and started pumping those, dude. Nothing healed in like a month. Like back to normal. It was crazy. It was nuts. I was limping around for almost a year, and those things just fixed it in a month.
Yep. Tyrone says cold plunge works for recovery. Yeah, if you have balls to do it. I don't have the balls to do it.
No, the other day I was like, I'm just gonna take a cold shower after I got done skating. And dude, fuck that, man. Cold plunges for the birds.
And then also, so I have a
but they work.
My son is right here. I'm knocking on it. Okay. That's great for recovery. But I've used that to cut weight, and after the last weight cut I did it's so hard for me to go in it. I used to go in it 3-4 times a week. Now I go in it like once a month maybe, and I have to force myself to do it because one time I cut 15 pounds in 6 hours in that thing.
Holy shit, man!
And that's gnarly. Oh no, that is one of the ones where it's like, I had my wife downstairs to make sure that I stayed in the sauna so I would make weight. I was trying to make weight. I shouldn't have been it. It was gross because I dieted down to 160 and then I cut another 15 for 145.
That's insane.
I'm 200 pounds right now and I'm happy.
Yeah, me too. I'm 200 pounds and happy, but you're probably taller than me. So. No,
maybe back in the day, I've shrunk. I'm down to 5'10" now, man.
Okay, yeah, I'm in the mid fives. I think 5'8", 5'9". I don't know.
Yeah. So, and that's another question. So I notice you have been skateboarding with your kids a lot. Is that something you get the itch for? Is like, man, I think I still got something. Maybe I want to compete again. Maybe I want, No,
I have no drive to try and do what anybody's doing nowadays. But I mean, that skateboarding was a huge part of my life, and I've been skateboarding with my kids since they were tiny. Since when my kids could barely walk, they were on skateboards or bikes, and we were going to the skate park and all that shit. And last 2 years, I really was skating a lot and filming with some of my friends and like actually doing like pretty decent shit again for a 42-year-old guy.
Yeah.
And I blew out my knee, and then now I'm starting to get back into it again and starting to feel the flow, and it's feeling good. But it's definitely, I know the time is done, but definitely no aspirations to try and compete or do anything like that. Just try and do the best I can for where I'm at. If I go do something halfway decent at the skate park and my daughter's filming it or something, I'm stoked on that. That's fine with me.
Yeah, one of my buddies, he's a local here. He was a pro vert skater back in the day with like Jason Ellis and whatnot. Dave LaRue.
Okay.
But I always ask him, it's like, man, do you ever get the itch to, skate again like that? And he looks at me like I just asked him a horrific question. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's how it feels. Yeah, for sure. To want to have that kind of aspiration. I mean, it's fun to just go skate and do the best you can for where you're at. I mean,
that's the thing. I kind of wonder, and this is screwed up, but I'm like, when you look at like skateboarding, and this is so freaking dumb, but they have it for BMX. Do you ever look at it like, should they have a 40+ class for skateboarding?
That would be cool. Dude, I'm actually going to go race BMX bikes with my son next weekend. And he's racing BMX, but we are racing side hack.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No.
It's a BMX bike with a sidecar.
Oh.
And it's like this thing we're going to is called Dirty Fest, and it's a 3-day BMX festival with all the old legends of BMX. I mean, you're talking Eddie Fiola, Martin Apparuto, like pretty much everybody was in the movie Rad.
Huh.
They're going to be there. And they have a downhill BMX course. It's like old school style.
That's
and
crazy.
he's racing his dirt jumper, which is like a mountain bike it's a hardtail mountain bike with a suspension fork. It's like a BMX mountain bike. Yep. And then he's racing his normal BMX bike. And then we're racing these side hacks. So he's going to be controlling the side hack. And we're hitting the downhill BMX course. And I'm just going to be holding on the side, just like, yeah. What? Yeah, I'll be in the sidecar. He's controlling the bike. Yeah. No. And dude, it's going to be like 20-foot jumps. Like it's going to be gnarly. So that's what we're doing. It's coming up. I think it's next weekend. Not this one, but the one following it. We're going to do that. It's going to be awesome.
That sounds so awesome.
Yeah.
I think Vulking's an actual listener from Twitch. So I stream to Twitch as well, but usually it's just spam. I don't know if Vulking is. But anyways, so BMX, I believe, did you say you got to the A Pro level, or was it expert back in the day?
For racing BMX?
Yeah.
I mean, it was when I was a kid, like single digits. I raced expert when I was a kid doing that. But I got into racing downhill mountain bikes for a little while. That's what I was doing before I got back into RC 6 years ago.
Yeah. We have in my town, we have a legitimate mountain bike course. I look at it, I'm like, I really want to do it. But I'm like, also, I'm going to spend $10,000 if I do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to spend more than that because you're going to buy a bike that's $2,000 to get into it.
No.
And then you're going to buy a bike that costs $5,000. And then you're going to buy the $10,000 bike after that. Yeah. So you're going to be way more than 10 grand into that hobby.
You're right. But that's the thing. And this is something I've always told my wife, because she's like I wanted to race full scale cars. She's like, well, here's this, 4-cylinder compact Hornet for $2,500 on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, but it's not a sprint car.
Yeah.
So I'm immediately, I know if I can't go full at it, I can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, there's, at the dirt, I don't know if you know, but there's also a full scale oval there.
Okay.
And there's shit tons of grassroots oval racing going on out there. I mean, pretty much anything you want to drive, they have a class for it. So that looks pretty enticing.
Yeah. Back in the day when Joey Fitzsimmons was on this podcast co-hosting, he almost had me talk into, there were 2 street stocks for sale, or no, they were super stocks. And for the pair of them, they were 13 grand a piece, turnkey. So I'm like, I almost did it, but it's like, you know what? I can't do it. And then he took his super stock out that was turnkey, that his half was $6,500. And he did 2 laps with it and threw a rod through the oil pan, because that's what you do. Locally, though, because to race like street stock, super stock, crate mod, what have you, and those are your entry-ish level classes, you're looking at $500 to $700 a night between fuel and tires, and that's if you don't wreck your stuff.
Yeah, so RC is not sounding too bad.
No, but now it's like at this track that's like 40 minutes away from me. It's a track called Granite City. They started racing Crown Vics.
Oh, badass! You can pick one of those up for like $5 grand, right?
$2,500.
No way. So you can get 2 of them. You can have a practice car and a race one.
Well, that's the thing, though. So before I had my truck, I bought my truck brand new in 2022. But before I had that, I had a Crown Vic.
Dude, and I love those things.
Car up and down. That's the only car I've ever fixed for a dime. Because all of a sudden one day it just starts running like crap, smells like gas. I'm like, oh, what's going on? It was a O-ring on the fuel injector, and they sell them in single packs, and it cost me 10 cents and 5 minutes to fix this thing.
Hell yeah. Dude, I freaking love Crown Vics. Those are the sickest cars ever.
They're fun. They're pure fun.
And they haul ass. V8s in them. They're sick.
Mine topped out at 129 miles an hour. It took a while to get up to that.
I still like them. You know, people have been like lifting them and turning them into like, you know, Baja Crown Vics. Have you seen those?
Yes.
So badass. So badass.
So we don't have desert stuff in Minnesota, but like this weekend was it was Howie's Mud Fest up in northern Minnesota. So what they do instead of desert, they make a lot of mud, and that's where you see the four-wheelers with giant tires on them and all that other crap. And yeah,
that looks fun.
Oh yeah. I have a really good, the old manager of a BMX team I was on, his kids are into it and doing well. I guess there's serious money into it. It's like, I would never see that. You know, where those four-wheelers drop down into the mud pit and they basically have a drag race?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also crazy. I used to watch it as a kid, and I used to love watching it, where those swamp buggies that like haul ass on a real track, and they got like bicycle tires, but they're huge, you know?
Yes.
And they used to race them. I always thought those were so cool, man.
Oh, for
those
sure.
Badass.
For sure.
Hey, do we have the ability to take a pee break? Yeah, we're live.
You can, and I'll keep on talking.
Okay, I'll be right back. The bathroom's right there. I got this cool room.
Oh,
my RC room has a full bathroom in it, so it's cool.
I got the slop sink over here. So anyways, yeah. So Jacob was saying Bad Fast Hobbies, they run 13.5 late model and Lowe's sprint car with J-Con smoothies on carpet. Dude, that sounds like a ton of fun. I really want to make it to Bad Fast, man. It's just never worked out. Tyrone goes, I'm a fat guy that hates the cold, but they help your knees. Absolutely. Cold plunges do help the knees out a ton. So Kurt saying Lucky 13 oval rocks. I was at Lucky 13's first oval race, and I tend to agree. Mike Winters checking in, Alan Bowen checking in. All right, man. All
right, sorry about that.
Just catching up with the chat. No worries.
Yeah, it's nice. It's so convenient having that thing here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm sitting here like the basement's kind of like my play area. So I got my podcast studio, I have my sauna. 20 feet that way is my sim racing rig. In the room just over here is my RC room.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm getting mighty sick of being in my RC room though.
You're wrenching too much, man.
I know. Well, the problem is I've been skipping the INS at Island Speedway because it's been in the middle of summer. It's like summer is not 10 scale time. But
is that because the buildings are too swampy, or is it outdoors and it's not?
It's just we live in a snowy area, and when you can be outside, you're outside.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's like I just ignore the 10 scale from April to late September. I ignore the 10 scale vehicles usually.
Yeah, that's kind of when I like, because it gets so damn hot out here.
Yeah.
The summertime is when I kind of like lay off 8 scale.
I was going to say, it's tough running nitro out there.
Dude, it's so damn hot. It's crazy. It sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Justin Dockin checking in. We're going to be racing 5th scale at his track next Saturday at Southern Minnesota RC Raceway. I can't wait. Dude, I've been having every winter, throughout the winter, I look at my 5th scales sitting there dirty, and I'm like, this is the last year. This is the last year. Every year. And then I get them ready to go, and I hate them, but then I race them for the first time, and I'm like, this is the most fun there is.
You know? They're doing at the TNR Arena Cross coming up at the end of this month. They're having 5th scale there too. That's
what Matt was saying. He says they do stuff at Huckleberry as well.
For 5th scale, no. Not at Huckleberry, but there's another track. I think it's called Robbins Raceway or something like that.
Robinson.
He does a lot of 5th scale stuff there, and then the Dirt, hosts mod stuff every once in a while. Once or twice a year, mod's got something 5th scale going on over there.
So Robinson just had a big 5th scale race a few weeks back. It was the War of the Worlds.
Okay.
And I'll say this much. I like a rough track, but it went a little too far.
Was it gnarly out there?
It looked
I didn't see it.
because, well, Matt was running 2 productions. So I'm in Omaha with Matt, and we're doing the Protect Spring Championships. That was a ton of fun because all the racing was heads up. I loved it. And then he was running the War of the Worlds at Robinson. So both were up on the screen. So half the time I'm watching 5th scale as I'm calling the 10th scale stuff going on. And it looked great until main day. Then I'm seeing like the buggy main, only 3 of them finished. It's like, that's brutal, man.
Yeah, I just see Notch just jumped in. Notch Johnson. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
He said Speedlot's doing it, and yeah, they could totally do it as well. For sure. That's a big ass track, dude. Speedlot is rad. That's a new spot that opened in San Diego. And it's like the dirt and Thunder Alley had a baby.
Okay.
So it's like the dirt size, but it's on a hill.
So
elevation is nuts and it's freaking badass. I've only been there once, but it was sick.
Have you been to Thunder Alley since it's changed hands from the Drake to, was it
Chris Nelson from DNR? Yeah, I went there once for a practice day with Fishback.
Okay.
And
I was out there.
Sick. I mean, same old Thunder Alley. It's nice. I love that place. I
am just about 100% done with A scale in my life, but I would definitely run an A scale. That's like a bucket list track for me. Yeah,
it's hard to beat Thunder Alley, dude. It really is.
Absolutely. Tyrone's saying they run 5th scale at Good Old Boys.
That's right. Yeah, there's a place in Bakersfield that runs 5th scale. I'm not too hip with the 5th scale shit, but
you will be. Spot. You're slow. I keep saying that you're slowly getting there, man.
You're dude, I don't want to have to store those bastards, man. They're so damn big.
It sucks.
I don't know. That new Losi truck looks pretty damn cool.
It is, but it's not. We went through it the last episode. So there are definite parts I want off that truck and put it on my truck. The wheels and tires are wrong. So basically, in my opinion, and I went and actually looked at one on Saturday. The sidewalls, imagine going from a short course tire to a rock crawler tire.
Oh, they're too tall.
Way too tall. And there's too much give there. And my truck, and it's a gas truck, weighs 39 pounds, and it's a little bit heavy. That truck with no batteries weighs 51 pounds. So, but I do love parts of it, and I am going to get parts from that truck to put on mine. And what is cool about it is people are making spec 3.0 electric classes, and they're nipping it in the bud, and they're making them 8S because 12S is way too much.
Okay. Makes sense.
But, it's getting... What's fun to me is in these groups I've been in for years is watching new people join these groups. Man, I can't believe how huge this thing is and all that. Most of them won't get into racing. Most of them won't. But the ones,
every time a new car like that drops, you're going to see new guys at the track with them.
Right.
Running absolutely. So it's definitely good for it.
Yep. And Matt Olson is going to make a kit to make those into race trucks, and he's going to make $1 jillion off of it.
Oh, I hope he does. Does.
Me too. Because you know what?
That'll keep him going.
And it's my second job working for him too with Mod Live Media.
Good.
So speaking of something we haven't talked about, every now and again, you've been working for Elite RC, man. How did you land that gig? What do you think of it?
Well, that was just the Elite stuff was just from Florida.
Yeah.
So obviously Daniel Chavez and TJ Bradley pretty much ran Beachline. They had their owner, but they were, the main force behind Beachline Raceway. And they always invited me out, not only just to we're homies. We want to hang out. So they found a way to fly me out there to do their trackside interviews. But that's the only reason. I mean, Lance McDonald didn't call and invite me to come work for him by any means. That was definitely a Beachline thing that they wanted me out there to provide their trackside interviews and come hang out with them. So that's how I got that gig.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. And that's the thing too. It's like sometimes like with Mod Live Media, what happened was that how I got in with him is at Silver State in 2023, Matt's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, doing too many things at one time. I'm like, hey man, do you need me to run a couple races and all that? He's like, I don't even know who the hell you are. I'm like, dude, it's like,
yeah, but the same thing, Danny, Danny from Elite, he's running around like Matt. Those guys are just workhorses, and it shows what they're
spread too thin. And I'm like, dude, let me run a couple races. And I did, and he liked it. And he had me out to a race in Omaha, gave me kind of a tryout, and I've been to quite a few races. Dude, JV Goes Racing checking in. You're probably not on TikTok, but I'm sure you've seen his reels on Facebook. JV Goes Racing does a cool like series of reels and TikToks. He's like, I'm a slow RC car racer.
Oh, I have seen his stuff. I've seen it on Facebook. Dude, yeah, it's funny. It's pretty funny.
Awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. But yeah, that's how I got in with Matt. And then all of a sudden I'm going to Vegas, and then I went to Colorado. I'm really hoping, and there's like a 10% chance, but the PNWC, the 128 scale worlds, is in the Netherlands this year. And they usually bring Matt out.
Oh, so that's possible, huh? You shoot out there?
Dude, I'll do it for next to not. Fly me out and feed me,
Yeah, that's pretty much what my deal was with Elite at Beachline. It's like, fly me out, give me a place to sleep, and feed me.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, I'll do it.
There's a couple of gigs that it's like you don't have to pay me money, just get me there, and that's one of them.
Yeah, and the Florida RC Carpet Championships, man, that is such a cool ass race, and it's like that is the best carpet track, hands down, I think, in the world. It is. The facility is freaking huge, and it's like the world's. Every driver goes out there.
Yep. They do need new carpet, but besides that,
they do it every year. They put in new carpet every year for that race.
Do they?
Yes.
So I heard. Okay, this is. So Zach was there. So I'm trying to think of what Zach said on the podcast and what he didn't. It's one of those things that blur together. So Zach was there, and he said the carpet was worn out. There were 2 or 3 guys there with J Concepts' new compound, the new purple compound, and they just crushed it. And that people were outside and cheating with saucing.
Huh. Well, I mean, that's going to happen every race.
This is the first time I've heard that, though. So that's where I came with the deduction that the carpet was worn out.
Well, to my knowledge, maybe something happened last year. If he was at the last year one, because I didn't attend to that one.
Yeah.
I was working, so who knows? But I know the years that I was there, it was like they were doing their best to do that. With the sauce in and stuff like that, but
there was no controversy previous years.
Okay, the ones I was at,
yeah, there were no controversy previous years because I'm like a teenage girl with this crap. I listen for the gossip, and there was no gossip except for all of a sudden this year it just blew up, and there were other blow-ups there that I can't talk about that had nothing to do with cheating that I'm like, good. But yeah, no, that's definitely an awesome track I want to hit. But there are tracks like I had no. So the new carpeted island, they got the same stuff that they have at PDX. So if you were to sauce on that carpet, you would snap traction roll every freaking corner.
Oh wow. I
It'd be
couldn't
too
even imagine needing to sauce on carpet. That shit is crazy, man.
So the handling, it's so hard to explain because the handling feels pretty similar from saucing to not saucing, but you go 0.3 to half a second faster a lap saucing.
That's wild.
It feels almost exactly the same. It's so close to being like.
But how does it go faster? I mean, if it feels the same, and I can't imagine the grip being, you don't like half the guys are trying to ungrip their cars there.
Yes.
You know?
Well,
so,
yeah, that's the thing though. We're old men and we can't see that half a tenth in this corner and a half a tenth in that corner. You know, it's so hard to see that teeny tiny little bit.
Yeah, and it is that close in carpet for sure.
Yeah, and like I have that INS coming up, and it's like getting my motors and batteries right is almost more important than getting the cars right, which that's kind of a crappy thing, but that's one of the things.
Those got to be on point too. Luckily, when I was out there, I had Matty G tuning my engines and battery, or my motors and batteries and shit, and my speed controller and all that shit, and making my cars as fast as legally possible.
I got some of those Matty G hobby wings that he personally did, and they're rad.
Yeah, Matty G rules. He knows what he's doing.
I really like the guy. I have to have him on here. It's just
you should.
I have a list of people, and then so we talked about work before. It's like I'm at work constantly and doing whatever constantly, and then it's like, oh crap, we have a podcast we got to do, and I never set it up. You know,
he's easy to get a hold of, and he'll come on.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, Cam, check it in. Cam's one of the Minnesota guys. He's a Volkswagen guy himself. But he's a little different. So you got the thing. He's got the diesel. What's the truck? It's a Rabbit, but it's a truck.
Yeah, it's a Rabbit truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are sick, man. I was trying to get one of those for my kid's first car. Didn't work out though.
No. Well, the moms always want them to have airbags and all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
That's the thing with my daughter is going to have a nice, safe, regular car. Well, she does right now. I can't get her driving to save my life. She's 17 years old. This summer, we're really going to buckle down and she's going to get driving. But that Malibu, it needs a timing chain and some other crap that it's like, I don't know if I want to put in the money and the work. So she's going to get like a whatever, like a Focus or something, you know, that's safe and slow and whatever. But now my son's a different story.
Yeah, you could have whatever.
We're going to go down. We're going to go down to New Mexico for a week. We're going to fly down there and we're going to go to the hardware store and buy a basic toolkit. And then we're going to find a car to buy. And then we're going to drive it back.
Hell yeah. That sounds like a good adventure.
Oh, it's
good adventure.
I always wanted to do. Well, my buddies I raced with, he did that. He bought a Scirocco in San Diego, super clean. He did the same thing, bought a basic toolkit and just drove it back to Minnesota.
Badass.
Yeah.
So you guys are just driving out to get rust-free cars and bring them back.
Oh yeah, you should see the horrible
Minnesota's your cars are pretty rusty, huh?
They get that way. Like my truck, I bought it in 2022. The body is rust free, but the frame is starting to get rust on it.
That's that Frontier, right? You bought the new Frontier when it came out.
Yeah,
okay. I remember that.
Yeah,
gray one, right?
Blue.
Blue. Sorry,
I want to say Swanka's is gray because Swanka has one as well.
Swanka just sent me a bunch of rock crawling shit, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's weird. It's so cool to see that guy adapt because I knew him from way back in the day when he lived in the Midwest. Because when we were kids, and I vaguely remember, we never really talked. He was just another racer at the track, but we raced at trackside of Milwaukee when that was a on-road track. And when Scotty still owned it.
Yeah, Schwenka, I met him in Florida at the Carpet Championships. we had fun, clicked instantly. We both like to enjoy some race fuel off the track. And and he just hit me up when he saw I started getting into crawling a little bit, because my new job, it had me in the mountains for 6 months.
Yeah.
So I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to get a freaking crawler and start driving around on my brakes, So
what kind
of
crawler?
Is that my house or your house?
Your house.
The dirt bike sounds?
Yeah, that's your house.
Oh yeah, I guess
definitely your house.
Some kids doing some dirt bike shit outside.
I don't have anything. I have the most annoying neighbor ever, which I didn't want to become this old guy, but I'm this old guy. He's got an LS swapped Lexus that's got the whatever twin turbo. That's what it has on it. And I don't care about it, but it's like the second I go to bed, he waits until 10 o'clock at night to start the thing up, and he death revs the fucker in his garage for like just red line, just whop, 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 whop. Like, it's like, why couldn't you do this at like 7?
Yeah, I've had a little bit of a culture shock lately moving into these condos, man, from living in like perfect suburbia the past 16 years, and then I move into these condos that are $1,000 more a month than my actual house in suburbia.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a little hood like. There's a little, there's some hood activities going on.
Yeah.
And it's tough to get used to.
Yeah. My wife, she's in Vegas, and she says, "Get off my street." They also have 110 bikes that they sit and buzz up and down the street with. It's like, whatever, they're young adults. They're not kids. They're young adults having fun.
Yeah,
whatever. But it's like, dude, like after a certain time, cameraman Chris checking, and he's like, "Are you guys racing this weekend?" They were just
Mueller.
They were in Topeka, I believe, in Kansas. Matt wanted me to go out to that one, but the wife is out of town. So it's like, the kids are all right, but I don't trust them with the dogs. Oh, gotcha. Don't forget about the Home Depot go-kart. So they made a go-kart out of a Home Depot shopping cart.
Bitchin'. Was it the one with like the car front for the kids?
No, it's just a shopping cart.
Oh, wow. All right. Nice.
They just landed in Phoenix. Man, Matt's always got to get that connecting flight. They'd almost be better off driving back from Phoenix than waiting for their flight.
Okay, your internet's definitely faster than mine, because I just got that he landed in Phoenix. Mueller rolls. He's the short course champ.
Dude, I've gotten to know Chris the past couple of years. He's awesome. Dude, all the mod crew. Like,
definitely.
Working with Shu. Have you ever met Shu?
I don't think I have. Possibly, maybe. I don't know, man.
Bollinger, he does photography, and Matt's awesome, and David Orner. I've only worked with David once, and that was in Vegas, but we had such a good time.
I know Matt's like a co-host that's always out there. He's a cool dude. I can't recall his name at the moment, but that dude's rad too.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that us again over here?
Yeah.
I told you, man. Hood activities. What is that?
What, it's better. It's better than them like smoking crack and breaking beer bottles on the curb.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, this place is cool because if you got any furniture or any shit you want to get rid of, you can just leave it on the street, and then it's gone in like 30 minutes. It's great.
Yeah. So I live in the town I grew up in, and my wife grew up hood adjacent. So she's like, "Oh, it's so nice out here." But when I was a kid, this was a farm town. And actually, one of the main landowners, their grandkids, because, a couple generations died, their grandkids are selling off the last piece of farmland to build 530 of those shitbox prefab homes that they sell for $500,000 a piece.
Perfect.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. I mean, it's one of those things that the town square mileage wise is very large, but we're not built to handle the amount of, like, I moved in here, there was 11,000 people in 89, and they're up to at least 30,000, which is small. It sounds small, but it's not. Like, I'm living in my old dead English teacher's house. That's
wow.
Yeah, that's how old school it is.
All right. Yeah, I just kind of moved on the other side of the track so I could stay close to the kids and everything, you know.
That's good.
But yeah, it's definitely the other side of the tracks is a whole different world. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, Minnesota. So I live 30 miles northwest of Minneapolis.
Okay.
It's a totally different world.
I went out there and did a dew tour stop when I was skating in Minneapolis one time.
So you're talking mid 2000s, probably
early 2000s.
Yeah, Minneapolis was still awesome. I was living in Minneapolis in the early 2000s with the ex chick. I lived at a art school campus, which I don't belong certain places, and that's one of those places.
I bet they didn't mesh too well with those.
Well, that's when I was like, young. I just got done trying to be a punk rocker. I think it was just after I got rid of the mohawk.
Natural testosterone.
Yes. I wasn't this old man, get off my lawn type of dude.
Yeah, but every night out here, I'm just like, what the fuck are these people doing? Like.
So there was a point in time I tried to be an electrician as well, and my sister-in-law lives near this area. This is like in 2000. I was working in North Minneapolis, and we were on lunch. We were rewiring houses, just doing like replacing breaker boxes, putting grounds in their outlets because they had the old cloth wires set up and all that other crap.
Old 2-wire stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were doing all that other stuff. And then it's noon. We were on lunch. Somebody shot up the library.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? And then, they're sitting there marking shit off. I'm like, oh, you missed like a couple of holes here. Like, oh, that was from a previous shooting. It's like, what?
Perfect.
Yeah, just the saying had hair. Yeah, had hair. I miss having hair. But yeah, we live. It's so crazy how like 30 miles separates. Like my sister-in-law. Do you remember like during the George Floyd riot, seeing that absolutely burnt out gas station is horrific?
No.
Oh,
but I know what you mean. Like I'm literally 10 minutes from my old house, and it's like a whole nother world over here.
Yeah. My sister-in-law lives like a block away from that. Like, she's this little like 120-pound chick. It's like, but she does all right there.
Good stuff.
Yeah, well, you stayed. So I know you're all SoCal and whatever. So are you like, what area are you in?
I'm in a town called Lake Elsinore, and it's just north of Temecula, just south of Corona.
Okay.
It's considered the Inland Empire, but a little bit south of what people would technically consider the Inland Empire. I'm a half an hour from the dirt and 45 minutes from Thunder Alley. I'm an hour from Revelation Raceway. It's a pretty good spot if you like RC cars. There's a lot of dirt bikes going on, a lot of boating. There's 2-3 lakes right here.
Yep.
I live a block away from the lake right now where there's endless boating and wakeboarding and bikinis and beers, and it's pretty badass. I really like it.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. RC wise, personally. So for fifth scale, the closest track to me is 2 hours, which is southern Minnesota, which is a short jaunt. So we used to race at the Van Dalen's track, and that was 40 minutes away. But Sean's like, I'm not really digging the fifth scale scene. And I'm like, all right, I can't be mad at him. And he gave us a chance, and we couldn't get going. So we went.
Dude, I have, not to interrupt, but I have the raddest artifact from when Seth won last year at DNC.
Really?
Truggy. Well, Sean made a custom Coors Light, like bucket of beers thing.
Yep.
Bucket of beers, and then he made a custom wood insert it was his pit caddy.
Yeah.
So wood insert for his fuel bottle, all of his shit, but that's in the racecraft room at the dirt now. Cool. Signed by Sean and Seth from when he won DNC. So that's like so cool. really cool freaking artifact that I got in there.
So Sean's real job is making countertops. So him making that was like cake work.
Probably. It's just so badass,
It is. It's so cool. I mean, I have a flat board that he made 20 years ago sitting in my RC room right now.
Nice.
But so we started going down last month. We went down to the compound. So the compound, the Fullers, one guy owns it, but the Fullers like build the track. Okay.
I think I should close my window.
Yeah. I mean,
is that your place or mine?
No, my place. You hear like puppies and shit.
Yeah. Let me close this. Let me close this window, man. These guys are getting rowdy out here.
Right on.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah. All right. Pretty soon. Well, we've been going for a little over an hour now. Pretty soon. We'll go for about another 20, 30 minutes. Chase has a fairly fun afternoon lined up, and I really do appreciate him taking the time to join me. Yeah, frickin'. Like I said, it's finally got nice in Minnesota, and I have not really left the basement except for basically to play with the dogs. All right.
Okay. Sorry about that. Hopefully it gets a little bit quieter.
You're fine, man. You're fine.
Well, it was bugging me, so I don't know if it was bugging you, but it was bugging me. So
yeah. Chris is saying I should have gone to Kansas. Dude, I don't disagree. It's just I couldn't make it happen. The wife's been out of town and I couldn't miss work. The crappy thing about working that we're getting ready for it's like we have a huge customer visiting next week. We're getting ready for that, and I've just been catching up and all. My boss was in India for 2 weeks because that's where her husband is from. So we're trying to keep up, like get caught back up from that. Oh, Ryan Reese checking in.
Oh shit!
Freaking Ryan.
Trouble.
Yeah. So what I was saying though before, so we started going down to the compound, and that's 4 hours away. But I'll tell you what, dude, it's a cool track. The Fullers did a really good job building that thing. There's a ridiculous like uphill section, and then back down. Like you're going like straight down for like 50 freaking feet.
Nice.
And then he put a brick section in that because Mason goes, well, they had a brick section at the World, so I have to have a brick section. It's like Ryan's saying the hangover is real.
Yeah, we went hard on Saturday. It took all of yesterday to take care of that one, but we're back. So Memorial Day, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm safe today. Because the brewery, so what I do is I jump on the e-bike. Yeah, I'm an e-bike guy. But I jump on the e-bike and I cross the railroad tracks across the street from me, and I'm at the brewery. That's
nice.
How
dude, I've been searching for a good e-bike for a little while now, and I can't decide on which one I want to get.
So the thing is,
because we go camping a lot, and this is something I want to go cruise around at the campsites.
We went cheap. We went with electric, and we spent $1,000 a piece on them.
Nice.
And we go places like there is like this wildlife refuge just north of us. We take it around that. It's pretty loose gravel, and we hang in there pretty good. And that's my wife as well. I'll tell you what, it's a pretty good date night taking the e-bikes to the bar.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a bar, I don't know, quarter mile away. That's pretty fun to go play pool at. Me and my chick will go ride our beach cruisers, our static beach
Yeah.
cruisers to it, and that's cool.
Oh,
But
yeah.
e-bikes would be way funner.
Dude, you got to be careful because they all say they only go 20 miles an hour, but if you screw with the software, you can get them up to 31 mile an hour.
Dude, my son's got an e-dirt bike that goes 50.
Yeah.
And he rips that thing around. It's insane.
Yeah. What was that? Chad Roberts is saying get a fat bike from a company called, what's he saying? Rad or Fat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I met Chad Roberts at the TNR Alien Challenge. Cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Cool dude.
Yeah. I was supposed to go out to TNR, I want to say in
You were supposed to go to the last one, right?
2025.
Okay.
And then whatever, he's like, dude, we can't swing the media coverage. So both Shu and I, we used our flights that we had, we canceled them, and we used the credits to go to the PNWC in Denver. That's the 128 scale worlds.
Nice. Dude, that 128 stuff is
it's crazy. It's so crazy.
Matt's trying to build a 128 scale track right now.
Yes.
Out in Orange County. So that would be cool. I think the cars are cute and they're really fast. So
the good way to get started is the Kyosho MO3s and MO4s.
Not that associated one?
Oh, that associated one's like super high tech.
Okay.
It really
it looks pretty badass.
It is. But there's other companies out there like Accelerate, and there's a few others. So in Denver, the Americans were like the minority. Like we had all of Western Europe in Denver racing for this world championship. It was freaking crazy. Like Matt would go interview somebody and they didn't speak English.
Yeah, I had that issue a little bit in Florida when I was doing interviews.
Sure. No, absolutely.
I would just ask them what they had for lunch. I knew that I wouldn't be able to understand what the hell they were saying. So.
Yeah. We have this really fast guy that he is from Finland. He's a 12 scale racer. His name is Jari Teskila. In the 90s, he came to Minnesota. When he came to Minnesota, he lived here for a good 12 to 15 years. We couldn't understand a freaking word he said. And then obviously his English got better. And then we all get to be good friends with the guy and we finally understand him. And then he moves to freaking Connecticut. It's like, thanks, asshole.
Nice.
So yeah. So it's coming to be summertime, but what's the future of your racing program?
Just keep doing whatever I feel like doing, pretty much. I don't have any ties to do anything, really. Doesn't
it feel good sometimes?
Yeah, it's great. I used to feel like I had to be at every race and that kind of stuff to promote the Racecraft brand and stuff like that. And now, if I feel like going and doing it, I'll go do it. And if not, I'll just watch it on TV and that's it.
Right. Do you have any future plans to travel anywhere? Or are you just going to stick around California?
Probably just stick around California, do some of the smaller stuff and, club racing and things like that. That's kind of what I'm into right now. As I always love the stuff that Chris Nelson does, even though he's gotten a lot of heat for a couple of the last races he's gotten. I had a good time at those races and I like his races.
I'll be fair. I did give the whole TNR challenge some heat because I looked at it straight black and white. Okay. But I know he's a good dude. And he's a great dude. He's going to get his shit figured out. No problem. I can see, and towards the end of running Nitro, I only used TNR fuel because it, in my opinion, was the best. Well, actually, cameraman Chris is saying, do you remember me though? Byron's, in my opinion, was the best. And then all of a sudden they went absolutely downhill. Like they went away. I'm like, what the hell? I don't know if you raced nitro when Byron's was a thing.
Yeah, I did. I raced
But
nitro a long time ago when Byron was big, but when I got back into RC, I raced electric a lot, and then
yep.
right when I got into nitro, Chris was starting TNR. So that's all I've ever ran since I got back into back into nitro, and that's all I knew. So,
well,
I mean, I think it's great.
It's important having consistent fuel, but we were kind of lost a little bit because Byron's, I actually toured the facility way back in the day. They had like a lot of fuel companies will mix their fuel in like 55-gallon drums and whatnot, and which is fine. Byron's had like 1,000-gallon heifers that they would mix there. It was a legitimate plant for mixing fuel. And then all of a sudden it just went away one day. And it's like, I remember having this discussion. It's like, what the hell are we going to do, guys? And then we went from fuel to fuel to fuel. And it's like this fuel, wrecked connecting rods, and this fuel did that. And then it's like when we went to TNR, that was another fuel that we could get several gallons into our motor without, because I'm sure no, you haven't. You've only used TNR. But certain fuels can destroy your motor, and certain fuels are super inconsistent.
Like I mean, I've had tankfuls of other stuff, because TNR, although it's been my main brand, I mean, I've ran other stuff when he was out of fuel, so I ran Nitro Lux. I thought that was pretty good. And at the A-Main Challenge, I ran VP, and that shit was really good. I thought that was amazing. I think I ran the Lutz blend, Ryan Lutz blend of that, and I thought it was incredible. I know it burned a lot cleaner than the TNR,
It's got good snap.
Yeah.
The thing though, VP now to VP 10 years ago, like VP 10 years ago, absolutely not.
No. And I know that the One Army shit's good. Just because of who's behind it, they wouldn't put out shitty stuff. So I know One Army's pretty good.
Jesse is saying
a lot of my friends run it.
Yeah, Jesse's saying TNR fuel is the best. It's too hard to obtain, and it is.
It has been.
Well, but he also lives in South Dakota. He lives one state over from me. I mean, I don't know if you've checked the shipping prices and shipping a case of fuel, but it's extremely expensive.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I would definitely prefer to run TNR when it's available because Chris is my homie. We live right next to each other. So
definitely.
He just delivers it to my house. Yeah. Sorry, Jesse. It's a little easier for me to get it, but definitely run TNR if you can.
Yeah, Tyrone is saying love Bobby Joe from Byron's. Absolutely. We started with the Byron's back when we were running Nitro on road, and it's like, holy crap. It's like way back in the day, it was super rare. And that's something that Byron's kind of normalized from gallons being consistent. But anyways, I'm taking up a lot of your time. You got some fun. You have a fun afternoon in front of you.
Probably. Usually.
Yeah. I have more wrenching to do, unfortunately. So yeah, man, it's been great catching up with you. Man, I really wish we could get more into the whole racecraft scenario. I thought it would be a done deal at this point, but it doesn't seem to be.
Done deal as far as what do you mean?
Well, I mean, you sold it, but what's happened to it hasn't been like, I don't think it's been made public.
Well, they haven't announced what's going on. I'll tell you right now. I mean, pretty much what happened was, oh shit. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to word this.
Exactly.
Well, you know how A-Main has ProTech?
Yep.
Beach RC has Assault.
Yep.
Assault bought our Racecraft's files. So everything that Racecraft's going to be, everything Racecraft ever made, eventually Assault is going to be making it.
So, but are they going to be making the command modules as well?
That's up to them. They have all the files.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I sold. I kept the brand name just because it would break my heart to see somebody else trying to promote racecraft. So in the deal, I just said, you could have all the files, but you can't have the name, and obviously I sold it for a lot less because of that. But I got everybody out of the brand that was involved with it scot-free, and we all got a check on top of it. So
that's awesome.
That's
you started it with a silent partner, but the partner moved away and sold out quite a while.
What happened was, I started with my buddy Garrett, just grassroots dudes starting the company. And he decided he wanted to move to Tennessee and start a family and get out of it. And pretty much the company still owed him money from his initial investment. So I needed to find somebody that I pretty much just wanted to get my partner paid back. So I found Brent with Beach RC. He wanted to buy in, and pretty much he bought in for what the company owed my friend Garrett to make it square with him. And that was my main goal with that, was to get him squared up right.
Okay.
And then we just, decided to do a distribution deal with Beach RC. And then we did that for a couple of years. And pretty much all of our inventory and everything went to Beach RC. And I didn't do anything except the videos and try and come up with new shit. So after 2 years of doing that, I felt a little detached from the company. It wasn't the same anymore. The vibe was kind of gone with the brand, but it was still doing great. I mean, the brand was doing amazing, but I just felt like it just lost something, along the way with that move.
Dude, I get it.
Actually, the same company that bought Beach RC. Oh, fuck. Anyways.
Nothing. Shit. Anyway,
anyways, there's an investor that bought into the companies, and then now Assault RC is going to start doing it.
That's cool.
Start doing this stuff.
I had the Assault. I haven't had too much Assault RC stuff, but I did have the Assault RC tire jig that I really dug. The only thing A scale I have left is a command module, because I couldn't imagine getting rid of it. And that's another thing. Like, so Zach, my co-host, is an on-road guy, total on-road guy. So he never really paid attention to racecraft. And I was telling him, dude, he had the best ads in the business. He's like, no, he's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And I started sending him ads like the mini module one, and then the what was it? It was Ryan Reese driving an e-buggy, and he's like, I need a pit stop for a cool beverage.
Oh yeah. For our bevy block. That was a good video for sure. And then we rolled a beer down the slide off my van to him. Yeah. That was a good one.
And then Nick Watlett with the cowboy in the freaking
the cowboy outfit.
I'm sending him all those things, like, oh my God, how did I not see these? I'm like, yes, they changed shit for the better, and it was cool, and it was fun, and we really enjoyed the ads. It was a ton of fun.
I mean, when it was small, it was a freaking blast, dude. It was so fun when it was growing, and then once somehow it just turned into this big company that was selling country and worldwide, and then something got lost along the way, man. It was sick, and then dude, it just kind of got too fucking big for its britches,
That happens in life, but especially happens in RC. You see all these cool small companies, and then they get that little bit bigger, and it's just never the same. And which I'm super happy you were able to get out of it before you got bitter with RC, because that happens so often. People get bitter with RC, and you never see them at the track again. They're out. They're freaking done.
Right. Well, I mean, there's definitely a little bit of bitterness with how it ended. It's not how I expected it to. Sure. But I still love RC, and that was such a fun time in my life, doing that with all my friends and everything, because it was just grassroots, and it was just kind of like a fuck the nerds company. Fuck this cookie cookie cutter bullshit that's going on in the industry.
Right.
You know,
you're right, and you're not sitting there tiptoeing, trying not to offend X, Y. But your videos weren't offensive, anyways. But you just did what you wanted.
Yeah, because I mean, me and my partner Garrett, we both have full-time jobs. You know, if Racecraft failed, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
you know, like, we just did it so that we could pay for tires when we started it. You know,
that all like a full-time job of its own, paying for A scale tires.
Right. So I mean, that's the whole reason we started it, and then it blew up and got nuts, and then then other companies started coming against us, like actively being aggressive, trying to shut us down. And I was like, man, this industry's fucking gay.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. And then we're gonna circle back to one thing that really bothered me was when you came out with the flock foil.
That was the game changer that changed everything.
Yep, J Concepts added you to the list.
We got added to the list,
which sucked because, well, when they first made the list, like, I mean, I know Racecraft was on the scene, but you were nowhere near the list when J Concepts, I want to say it's 2022, they started the list. And it was like One Up Racing was on there and a couple others. Lunsford was still open.
Well, J&T Bear, I saw the email of the list. It's like J&T Bear & Co.
That was
Avid, all those brands.
And don't get me wrong, I totally understand partly where Jason's coming from because he's making competing product and he's trying to make an accessory conglomerate is what he's trying to do. He's trying to make a one-stop shop, and I get it. But I kind of felt what you felt when he threw mod on the list this year.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Well, the biggest bone I had to pick with Jason is I had a heart talk with him in Florida.
Yes.
When the flock foil came out, I talked to him and I said, "Hey, dude, I've got a lot of J Concepts drivers on my team now. We built a whole 10 scale team with Joey Bordone, Matty Gonzalez, like a bunch of rad dudes, Brandon Rose, Jermaine Robinson. We had all these sick fucking J Concepts drivers on our team." And I talked to him at Florida. We had a heart to heart. We sat down on the track. Me and Jason, we talked for about an hour. And I was all, dude, this is the only thing I'm ever going to make for a car. I'm never making another car accessory ever again because it's caused so much drama already with this stupid fucking front wing. We're selling 10,000 of these a month.
Really?
Oh, dude, they were fucking crazy. And then that's when everybody started, copying them and making their own versions and all this shit.
Yep.
And I came away from that talk with Rona, and it pretty much seemed like we were cool. He was like cool with it. I was like, this is, like I said, this is all I'm ever going to make for a car. I'm not trying to be J Concepts and make all kinds of fucking accessories for cars and shit. We make tool, our tool stands and all that other bullshit. And then we just have this little front wing and we make clothes and stuff. And we like to party, and it seemed like it was cool. And literally like the next week we were on the fucking no ban list. That means I lost about 15 drivers that we'd spent the last year building and putting on the team. They all had to quit the team. And it just fucking sucked and left a really sour spot in my heart for the industry and for the people that are in it.
So with the mod deal, and this is screwed up. Do you know who was affected by the mod deal? Me and me alone.
Oh yeah, because you're a JC driver.
I'm a JC driver, but I get paid through mod. It's no secret that I'm just a discount driver through everybody else except for DRC. I have a budget, and with mod, I get paid through the media. And I actually had a talk with Jason. It's like, dude, first he didn't know I got paid for the media gig. I'm like, well, I'm at a conflict here because I get actual money through Mod Live Media. Really, I do one or two weekend events a year that I do not get paid for, that I actually just go and race. Other than that, if you see me at a weekend event, I'm behind a microphone and I'm getting paid real money. And Jason's like, you get paid? Kind of like that meme.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But it's I understand what he's doing. I understand what he wants to do. But I mean, it would be cooler if he could figure out a way to work together with other brands even more, and everybody builds together.
But Jason and I talked about it. And he goes, well, it's fine if you're with Mod if you run my fifth scale tires. So Jason was reasonable and made a deal with me. You know what I mean? He's like, if you run Mod fifth, or if you run J Concepts fifth scale tires, we're cool. And that's what I've been doing.
Nice. So, well, I know, with even with Tyler and J&T, I mean, he's a way bigger company than I am, but like he's kind of like my mentor and kind of figuring out this whole deal.
Yep.
And he lost a fuck ton of drivers when he got put on the list, So
is he still doing the plumbing company? Because I know I got into the JT Bearing deal. I didn't have a deal with him, but I got into JT Bearings because he found a clutch bearing that lasted like a half gallon.
Oh yeah, those ultimate clutch bearings are insane.
Yes.
Insane.
So then it's like I saw him get on the list, and it's like I want to say he was on that second cut.
Yeah, it's just a bummer because at the time Tyler wasn't doing tires, and when you really think about J Concepts, you think tires. I mean, you kind of think bodies, you kind of think accessories, but you mainly think tires.
Actually, dude, I think bodies almost more than tires, but I'm old school, so like.
I mean, like they're even. It's like bodies and tires. Kind of like a pro line thing.
Yeah,
you're not thinking bearings.
Right.
That's all the time. That's all that Tyler was making at the time. And I'm just making a stupid fucking 3D printed wing. And putting out cool videos and cool clothes and having fun. And we get put on the list. And then lo and behold, a month fucking later, he comes out with an injection molded front wing, and I'm like, well. There's a reason, that's why he was planning on making a wing. So
cameraman Chris is saying you get paid. Chris gets paid too, but he gets paid in like pink starburst and shit.
But
no, totally.
Yeah, it's wild.
I get it. But it is so Jason also comes from a different era of RC. He comes from the cutthroat, like attitude era. You always hear Keenan talk about the attitude era. And the attitude era of ace scale. Well, it was the same shit in 10th scale. You know what I mean? It's just what you decide to focus on. And like he was like there was no intermingling, like Team Associated pitted on this side of the track, Losey pitted on this side of the track. There was no intermingling. There was no, it's not the way it is. Yeah, Matt says cameraman Chris only gets paid in pink starburst and Monster. Well, he goes through a few $100s worth of pink starburst and Monster a week. Anyways, yeah, I get where you're coming from, and it was.
And I come from as a skateboarder, where you get respect where respect is due.
Yes.
And we can all work together and appreciate each other's styles and work together. Not this shady fucking contract bullshit.
A question for you though, in the skateboarding world. So when I skateboarded, I was never really good, whatever. But I was a mid-90s boarder. I had the original World Industries Flame Boy with Crux trucks and whatever wheels. But the thing about it is the equipment was all a little different, but it all kind of seemed like it was the same. And am I wrong about that?
No, it all pretty much was the same.
In the RC,
there's only like 3 different board companies that actually make the boards, at that time.
Yeah. And in the RC world, everything is like a Pro Line tire is way different than a J Concepts to a Pro Motion, and the difference between companies is vast. You know, and that's kind of the way I don't know. I'm just
Matt's still salty about that. I broke his scissor lift one day.
Oh, dude.
Sorry, Matt. Still, I mean, how many times I have to fucking apologize for that, Matt? You know?
I still my big head broke his headset and he had to replace it. Yeah. I'm still getting it for that. And there's a C-word story that I can't tell on here that I almost got us kicked out of an entire gig.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's a story for off air.
Oh yeah. Well, anywho, I mean, yeah, racecraft came and gone, and I think people will remember it for a long time.
Oh, dude.
And I'm stoked on that.
You know, I mean, you did change the game, and you came out with accessories that nobody else had.
That was our main goal, was to not make anything that anybody else has ever made.
Yeah.
You know,
that command module. I mean, I've never seen. I've been racing since '88. I've never seen anything before or since. And the
problem is, you know, we didn't make anything that was a consumable other than those wings.
Yeah.
You know, everything we made would fucking last you your whole life.
Exactly.
You know? But we were stoking the flock foil because we were like, fuck yeah. Finally, we got something people are going to buy more than once. Like, you see them all over the fucking track. And people are complaining about them breaking. And they're like, why don't you make a flexible one? I'm like, motherfucker, because I finally got something that'll sell more than once. You know?
Exactly.
But you know, it all depends on how you mounted it, and you know, if you crashed too much or not. I personally have probably broken one in 4 years, you know, from a straight head-on collision. So, well, it was fun.
With front wings with my son, what I've learned is you have to hog out the mount holes a little bit, and you can't tighten it all the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Otherwise, 100%. You're going. No matter what you make it out of titanium, and you give it to the right kid, they're gonna frickin' wreck it.
Yeah, and I love some of the god awful renditions that are coming out nowadays. I mean, people are getting very serious about a fucking decoration on your car, thinking that they really fucking do something.
I'll tell you what, on the 10th scale,
shit.
I'll tell you what, on the 10th scale on carpet, it makes a difference. But I can't tell you the difference from wing to wing to wing to wing. I can tell you the difference between wing and no wing, but once that wing is on there, I can't tell you the difference between X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really hard to tell if they do what they do. I just thought they completed the body. There was a little bit of customization. They look clean and cool, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, man. Well, we've been going for a bit. Like I said, you got some fun stuff to get to, and I got some more wrenching to get to, and I got to feed the kids dinner because the wife's out in Vegas having fun. So,
yeah, I got a hot babe downstairs outside in a bikini drinking mimosas, and I need to go attend to that.
Catch up. You got to catch up, man.
I do. I've been trying my best while we're doing this, but we'll see how we're doing when we get down there.
I know. All right, well, we'll get this one ended. I'm Joser Jr., and with me was Chase Ehrlich. Am I saying that right?
Ehrlich, yeah.
Ehrlich, and we have ran out of talent. Have a good night, guys.